Elliot. Now that Miss Anne is here, you can't want me any longer, I'm sure.
What, Penelope? Of course I do. Anne's coming is no reason at all why you should go. I can assure you I don't think. Why?
You're very kind.
She's nothing to me compared to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. My dear madam, of course you must stay. You've seen nothing of Bath yet. You've only been here to be useful.
And you have been.
Yes, indeed. You mustn't run away from us now. You must stay and meet Mrs. Wallace, the beautiful Mrs. Wallace. I know very well how much your fine mind is gratified by the sight of beauty.
Oh, Sir Walter.
Of course you must stay, Penelope. I can't do without you.
Well, if you insist.
We do, we do.
As a matter of fact, Penelope, I need you now. Would you excuse us, Father?
Of course, my dear, of course. Anne, you're looking much better. Altogether less thin.
Am I, Father?
Yes, yes, your cheeks are plumper. I compliment you. Your skin, your complexion greatly improved. It's clearer, fresher.
I'm delighted you think so.
Have you been using anything in particular?
No, nothing.
Just Gowland's lotion, I suppose.
No, Father, nothing at all.
Oh, I'm surprised by that. Still, you can't do better than go on as you are. You can't be better than well. Otherwise, I should recommend Gowland, the constant use of Gowland during the spring months.
Is it so very good, then?
Oh, an excellent preparation. Mrs. Clay's been using it on my recommendation. You can see what it's done for her.
Oh. Oh, I don't think I'd noticed.
What, haven't you seen how it's quite carried away all her freckles?
No. No, I must look again.
Oh, yes, they've almost gone. All due to my recommendation of Gowland. Very good stuff, Gowland.
Father! Oh, Father, this our cousins have arrived.
Lady Dalrymple and the Honourable Miss Carteret.
What, here in Bath?
They arrived yesterday.
Well, we must introduce ourselves at once, of course.
Of course. Oh, you have met them, haven't you, Father?
Well, I was in company with the Viscount, the late Viscount, once. I never met the rest of the family. They always lived in Ireland, you know. I'm sorry to say there's been a most unfortunate lapse between us.
Oh, what do you mean?
It may make meeting them very awkward, I'm afraid. You see, when the Viscount died, a good many years ago now, I was very ill myself at the time, and by a most unfortunate oversight, no letter of condolence was sent.
Oh, dear. Yes, I see.
And when your mother died, Lady Dalrymple didn't write to me. Oh, it was all a long time ago, of course, but I fear they may consider the relationship closed.
Couldn't we do the same?
I don't quite know how to approach the matter.
No. No, it's very difficult.
I wonder what the best thing would be.
Mightn't it be more dignified to do nothing?
Oh, Anne, of course not. They're our cousins. Family connections should always be kept up.
Oh, yes, they are so very important.
Do you think it'd be sufficient if I left my card?
Well, Father, I don't know. It might seem a little...
Quite. Perhaps I'd better write them a letter?
I think that would be more proper.
Yes, I think our cousins the Dalrymples deserve a letter. I'll go and draft something.
I think we should send it as soon as possible, don't you?
Yes, it won't be an easy letter to write. I shall have to explain and regret. It won't be easy.
No, Father, but it's something that must be done. Our cousins the Dalrymples will expect it.
Yes. I'll go and do it now. It may take me some time. See that I'm not disturbed.
Oh, of course, Father.
How very exciting, Miss Elliot, to have such distinguished cousins here. Don't you think so, Miss Anne? No, Mrs. Clay, not very exciting.
Oh, we can't ignore our cousins, Anne, if that's what you would like.
I think I probably would, I'm afraid.
Well, Father, I call that handsome of Lady Dalrymple. Very handsome indeed. Don't you, Mr. Elliot?
Yes, I do. It's a very generous gesture.
May I see the letter again, Father? Lady Dalrymple is very much honoured and will be happy in your acquaintance. Happy, she says.
Her handwriting's very poor.
The rich are always respectable, Anne, whatever their style of writing.
Oh, Miss Elliot, a carriage is stopping outside your door.
Oh, someone else we don't want to see, I expect.
But, Sir Walter, Miss Elliot, I do believe it is your cousin.
What, Penelope? Oh, where? Where? Yes, it is. She's leaving her card.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's only proper. I left mine in Laura Place. Naturally, our cousins wish to return the compliment.
I'm ashamed, Lady Russell, simply ashamed.
You have no need to be, my dear.
They're not even agreeable people. There's nothing to them at all.
Don't be foolish, Anne. It is an acquaintance well worth having.
I don't see why.
Lady Dalrymple will be staying here for 3 months and living in style. When I was here last year, everyone said she was charming.
Oh, that only means that she smiles a lot and is civil.
And what is wrong with that?
Well, my self-respect has suffered anyway.
You're not being very sensible, Anne.
Oh, surely you agree with me, Mr. Elliot, that there's nothing to our cousins.
Well, not in themselves, perhaps. But as a family connection, as good company, as people who will collect good company around them, well, they will have their value.
They're not my idea of good company.
Ah, what is?
Clever, well-informed people with a great deal of conversation.
Oh, then you're wrong. That's not good company. That's the best.
Quite right, sir.
Oh, for good company, all that's needed is birth manners and education. People aren't too particular about the education.
And that is exactly what I mean.
In good company, a little learning isn't dangerous. In fact, it will do very well. Ah, I see you're fastidious.
Well, I certainly hope I am.
Oh, my dear cousin. You have a better right to be fastidious than almost any woman I know. But will it make you happy?
Well, I don't see how not being fastidious will make me any happier.
But wouldn't it be wiser to accept the society of these good ladies, your cousins, and enjoy the advantages of the connection as much as possible?
But I don't see any advantages at all.
Oh, but I think you will. They will be moving in the highest society of Bath this winter, and rank is rank. People will know of your connection and give your family, our family, let me say, every consideration we could hope for.
Oh, everyone will know. There can be no doubt about that.
I don't understand your attitude, Anne.
Well, I think that far too much trouble has been taken to make the Dalrymples' acquaintance. And I am certainly too proud to like being welcomed solely for my social position.
Oh, I love your indignation. It's very natural. But you're here now, and the point of coming here surely was to establish your father with all the credit and dignity he ought to have.
Well, I suppose so.
Of course it is so, Anne.
You say you're proud. Well, I'm called proud myself. I wouldn't wish it otherwise. Our prides are not so very different if you examine them.
No?
No. On one point at least, my dear cousin, I'm sure we feel the same. Every new friend your father makes, whether his equal or his superior, will help to divert his attention from those beneath him.
So, yes, on that we can agree.
El encanto, sin embargo, no tardó mucho en romperse. La jornada siguiente renovó una de mis antiguas preocupaciones. El género de afecto que mi padre pudiera sentir por Penélope.
Es una decisión que he pensado mucho y creo que es lo mejor que puedo hacer.
Pero qué tontería, Penélope. ¿Cómo se te ha ocurrido?
Yo tampoco lo entiendo. Estoy consternado.
En realidad es lógico, ya que estando Ana aquí, yo no soy precisa.
Tenemos espacio suficiente en la casa. Además, Ana no es de ninguna utilidad. A ti, en cambio, te necesitamos. ¿No es cierto, papá?
Ah, desde luego. Desde luego. No voy a permitir, amiga mía, que se marche usted de Bath. Aún no ha podido ver nada. No ha hecho más que trabajar. ¿Ah? ¿Eres tú?
Perdón. Pensé que la señora Russell...
Se ha ido ahora mismo. No sé con qué prisas. Ya la conoces. Siéntate. ¿Sabes que la señora Clay quiere despedirse? Estamos intentando convencerla de que se quede. Además, aún no conoce usted a la hermosa señora Valley. Es la esposa del coronel Valley. Es amigo de primo William. Parece ser que es una persona extraordinaria. Para un espíritu tan delicado como el suyo, un conocimiento así debe ser un verdadero regalo. No, debe usted quedarse con nosotros.
No sé, pero creo que no soy necesaria.
Desde luego que lo eres. Queda tanto por hacer. No estamos instalados del todo todavía. No puedes suponer qué útil me ha sido la ayuda de Penélope.
Lo supongo.
Yo no tengo inconveniente en quedarme unos días más.
Bueno, en ese caso, asunto concluido. La señora Clay no nos abandona.
Pues siendo así, y si no tienes nada más que decir, podemos seguir nuestros quehaceres.
Cuando quieras.
¡Qué mujer tan inteligente y tan hábil! Lástima que no tenga el linaje que por sus méritos le corresponden. Por cierto, te encuentro algo sombría. ¿Te ocurre algo?
Mi salud es excelente.
Desde luego estás mucho mejor que antes de tu ida a Percross. Pareces haber rejuvenecido. Pero me refería a tu estado de ánimo.
Es perfecto.
Me alegro. Sería una lástima que tuvieras preocupaciones. Sí, estás más joven, más bonita. ¿Has tomado alguna medicina?
Ninguna.
Tal vez el Gular.
Absolutamente nada.
Si es así, nada más hay que pedir. Sin embargo, te lo recomiendo. Es un medicamento que reanima. Penélope, es decir, la señora Clay, lo tomó por indicación mía y ya ves el resultado. ¿No la encuentras más guapa? Hasta le han desaparecido las pecas.
¿Las pecas?
Ah, ¿es que no te has dado cuenta?
Pues sí.
Papá, creo que debes ver esto.
¿Qué es?
Una nota de sociedad. Anuncia la llegada a Bath de la vizcondesa viuda de Dalrymple y de su hija, la ilustre Miss Carter.
Dalrymple aquí. Hay que hacer algo.
¿Por qué?
El difunto vizconde era primo de tu abuelo. Al morir, tardé en escribirle y se enfriaron algo las relaciones familiares. Lo espantoso es que venga ahora la viuda.
Pues no les hagas caso.
Pero, Ana, es que no te das cuenta.
¿Cómo no voy a hacerles caso? Si viene, todo va a ser a su feudo. Nosotros no podemos quedar aparte.
Pues visítalos.
No es tan fácil. Fue imperdonable no continuar la correspondencia. Y no tenemos ningún miembro que nos pueda servir de unión.
Sería muy deseable que nuestro parentesco se reanudase.
Así lo creo yo también. Les escribiré. No será fácil, pero les escribiré. Voy a hacerlo ahora mismo.
Hace tiempo que no veía tan alterado a nuestro padre.
Hace tiempo que no sucedía nada tan importante.
¿Tan importante?
La llegada de la vizcondesa a Bath supone la posibilidad de frecuentar a la verdadera aristocracia. Ya veo que no lo comprendes.
La vi tan abstraída que no me atreví a sacarla de sus...
Siéntese, primo William. Me alegro de verle.
¿Puedo considerar que no es solo una frase de pura cortesía?
Le autorizo a pensarlo.
En ese caso no pregunto por el resto de mi ilustre familia y me constituyo en su caballero si es que no molesto sus pensamientos.
Mi familia está toda ocupada trabajando. Yo soy la única que parece ser totalmente inútil. En cuanto a mis pensamientos, no son tales, sino de asombro.
¿Asombro?
He visto a un hombre a quien respeto, a mi padre, temblar ante la llegada de un pariente ilustre. Alguien que pertenece a la verdadera aristocracia y que los azares sociales han alejado.
¿La vizcondesa de Dalrymple y su hija?
¿Las conoce? ¿Qué opinión tiene sobre ellas?
Creo que en tanto parientes y personas de calidad se constituyan en el centro de la pequeña sociedad de Bath, ¿no es posible ignorarlas?
Para mí, personas de calidad quiere decir personas inteligentes, cultas y de buena conversación. Esa es para mí la buena sociedad.
Esa no es la buena sociedad, sino de la mejor sociedad. La buena sociedad solo requiere linaje. algo de educación y ciertas maneras. El linaje es lo único indispensable. Pero veo que mi prima Ana mueve la cabeza. Querida amiga, estoy seguro de que tiene usted más derecho que nadie a sentir el fastidio de ciertos tratos, lo sé. Pero, ¿qué ventajas tiene alejarse del mundo? Frecuente a estas señoras que llegarán a Laura Place. Alrededor de ellas pululará este invierno lo más selecto de Bath. El rango es el rango. Y el que se patentice el parentesco de ustedes con esa verdadera aristocracia, que no parece merecerle demasiado crédito, servirá para levantar el tono de nuestra familia.
No rechazo el tratar a estas personas, pero me molesta el excesivo empeño que se pone en lograr su amistad. Debo ser la más orgullosa de todos. Me parece humillante solicitar con tal ansia la benevolencia de cualquiera, por muy importante que sea. Tanto más cuando supongo que ellos nos recuerdan con perfecta indiferencia.
Temo que no quiera reconocer usted sus propias prerrogativas. Pero estamos en Bath, y aunque la familia de Sir Walter sea una amistad estimable que todo el mundo busca, tal vez en Londres fuese diferente.
Entonces debo ser demasiado orgullosa para aceptar una acogida que tanto depende del lugar.
Me encanta su actitud y la encuentro deliciosamente espontánea. Pero estamos en Bath y no debe menospreciar la conveniencia de que Sir Walter se rodee de toda la dignidad y representación que le corresponde.
Me parece que olvida usted el orgullo.
Todo lo contrario. A mí se me tiene por muy orgulloso. Pero no es ese el tema, sino la conveniencia, la oportunidad. ¿No me negará usted, prima Ana, que existe un punto respecto al cual pensamos de la misma manera? Y es que el aumentar las relaciones de su padre con los que son sus iguales o superiores cumplirá un provechoso beneficio. Distraerá la mente de Sir Walter de ciertas ofuscaciones, casi amenazas, que aquí dentro le acechan.
That she is settled here, I cannot suppose myself wanted. Perhaps I ought to go home.
There is no need to do that, I assure you. She is nothing to me compared to you.
My dear madam, as yet you've seen nothing of Bath. You must not run away from us now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We wait this morning upon our cousins, Anne, the Dowager Lady de Wimple and the Honourable Miss Carteret. You'll accompany us, I hope.
If you wish.
A Viscountess. She is a Viscountess!
And family.
Family connections are always worth preserving. We shall call and be presented. Your looks are greatly improved, Anne. You're less thin in your person and in your cheeks, and your complexion's fresher. What are you using? Gowland's lotion?
No, nothing.
I recommend the constant use of Gowland's during the spring months. Mrs. Clay is using it, and you see what it's done for her. It's quite carried away her freckles.
Sir Walter Elliot, late of Kellynch Hall. Lady Russell. Miss Elizabeth Elliot. Miss Anne Elliot. And
Mrs. Clay.
And Mrs. Clay.
My father declared it a notable success. But I can discern no superiority of manner, accomplishment, or understanding in the Dalrymples, and that is all there is to it.
Good company is always worth seeking. They may be nothing in themselves, but they will collect good company around them.
My idea of good company, Mr. Elliot, is the fellowship of clever, well-informed people who have a great deal of conversation and a liberality of ideas. That is what I call good company.
That is not good company. That is the best. Good company requires only birth, education, and manners. And with regard to education, it is not very particular. My dear cousin, the Dalrymples will move in the first set in Bath this winter, and as rank is rank, your being known to be related will be highly advantageous.
I perceive your value for rank and connection to be greater than mine.
Not at all. You're simply too proud to admit it.
Am I?
Yes. I think we are very alike.
Are we? In what respect?
In one respect, I'm certain. We both feel that every opportunity for your father to mix in the best society may be of use in diverting his attentions from those who are beneath him.
You presume to know me very well, Mr. Elliot.
In my heart, I know you intimately.
Oh, look. There's our Mr. Elliot with the Wallaces. I must admit, he does have a very pleasant manner.
Indeed he does. And yet...
And yet?
I cannot help feeling that there must be something more than immediately appears in this sudden interest in our family after so many years.
You refer to Elizabeth, I take it?
She is very handsome.
Well, he has nothing to gain from a reconciliation. His late wife, however unsuitable a match, was exceedingly wealthy, and in any case, nothing can prevent him from inheriting Kellynch and the baronetcy along with it.
Nothing except my father marrying again and providing himself at last with a male heir.
Ah, no indeed. And Mrs. Clay is young and altogether well-looking. I wonder at Elizabeth, to place such a woman under your father's nose, so we must be vigilant. Ah, Lady Cavendish.
My dearest cousin, once again Providence seems eager to throw us together.
Good morning, Mr. Elliot.
I confess, I called only an hour ago at Camden Place and was most distressed to find you absent.
My father was quite taken up with some sensational news in this morning's paper.
You refer, of course, to your cousins, the Dowager Viscountess Dalrymple and her daughter, the Honourable Miss Carteret, who arrive in Bath today.
You are very well informed, Mr. Elliot.
Your father may have mentioned something on the subject.
I do not doubt that he did.
You do not seem anxious to make their acquaintance again. I agree. The Dalrymples are nothing in themselves, but family connections are always worth preserving. And they are regarded everywhere as good company.
My idea of good company, Mr. Elliot, is the company of clever, well-informed people who have a great deal of conversation.
You are mistaken. That is not good company. That is the best. No, good company requires only birth, manners, and education. And with regard to education, I am afraid it is not very particular. Ah, my cousin Anne shakes her head. She's not satisfied. In one point, however, I am sure we must feel alike. We welcome any addition to your father's society which diverts his thoughts from those who, well, are beneath him.
You refer to Mrs. Clay?
It is possible that I do.
My concern is that my father may be rendered unhappy by the connection. But perhaps I'm too fastidious.
My dear Anne, you have a better right to be fastidious than any woman I've ever met.
I understand you've been visiting my sister quite often. She's delighted by the attention.
Well, it's nice to hear that your sister is capable of delight, but romance has been the last thing from my mind. Until today.
Well, if you haven't been coming for the purpose of courtship, then...
Mrs. Clay, of course.
Mrs. Clay?
About a month ago, I received word that my uncle had appeared in Bath in the company of a woman of low birth. Many presumed she was after his hand. Now, that marriage would be a scandal.
You're concerned for my father's reputation?
Oh, no, not at all. My concern is that he will have a son, and that son will rob me of my title and my estate. Now, my plan is to block that by any means necessary. I told you, I'm willing to work for my titles.
I have to say, I am impressed by your openness.
Refreshing, yes? I'm so glad to see you again. I heard about that terrible accident that befell your party after I left Lyme. How is she?
She's still confined to her bed. But much recovered. I received word this morning. Thank you for asking.
You must have suffered terribly.
Oh, I suffered the least, truly.
You have a gentle soul. You feel deeply for those around you. I imagine it was quite an ordeal. I regret you had to go through it.
Thank you.
So good, darling.
Go forth. You have my blessing.
I wouldn't do anything without it.
Bravo! Bravo! Very well played, madam.
He means to disarm me with candor. It isn't working. Yet. Probably won't.